Nfx Short Media Network presents.
Welcome guys to Nfx LifeStyle channel. Follow our channel for beauty tips, relationship advice, spirituality, health news and tips, sex advice and more.
Bernie Sanders' net worth. Bernie Sanders is an American congressman, known primarily for his refreshing left-wing politics. Earlier this year he made a bid for the presidency, but unfortunately lost to Hillary Clinton in the primaries back in June. It's worth noting that Sanders was the poorest of all presidential candidates to ever eyeball the White House. That said, his low net worth made him more relatable to lower-income demographics, and many have dubbed him a politician for the 99%. Unlike Bill and Hillary Clinton, whose combined net worth is north of $120 million, Bernie is worth just somewhere in the neighborhood of $600,000. Growing up, Bernie Sanders had a rougher upbringing than most, often having to struggle just to make ends meet. His political career began while he was still studying at the University of Chicago, where he joined the Young People's Socialist League. Bernie quickly climbed through the ranks there, securing the chairmanship. This newly found love for politics inspired Bernie to switch majors. After a year at Brooklyn College, Sanders transferred to the University of Chicago, where he received an arts degree in political science. That said, Sanders says he found the confines of the classroom boring and irrelevant, and claims that he did most of his learning by interacting with the community. Post-graduation, Bernie put his political aspirations on hold and worked a number of odd jobs. He made the move to New York City, where he worked as a carpenter, a Head Start teacher, and a psychiatric aide. A few years later, he moved to Vermont, where he explored his artistic side as a filmmaker and writer. His political career didn't really start until years later, when he finally joined the Liberty Union Party. 3 years later, Sanders ran for U.S. Senate, where he finished third with just 4.1% of the total vote. Skip to about 20 years later, in 2005, and Sanders finally made his way to the U.S. Senate. His approval ratings were great, and at one point he was the third most popular senator in the country. In April of 2015, Sanders finally announced that he will be seeking a nomination for the presidency. Although Sanders did quite well, managing to raise more than $40 million for the campaign, he was beat out by Hillary Clinton. That quick summary of Sanders' long political career brings us to where he is today, in the House of Senate, with a modest net worth of $600,000. While $600,000 is no small sum, it pales in comparison to some of the other major players in US politics. If you're curious as to why Bernie's net worth seems so low, considering the sizable congressman salary that he's been receiving since 1998, it can be, partially, explained by the stock market crash of 2008. When the economy collapsed, Sanders lost a good chunk of his money, but it's unclear as to why he hasn't managed to bounce back nearly a decade later. Sanders is pretty quiet with his spending, and aside from his $100,000 condo in Vermont, and a DC apartment that he's still paying a mortgage on, there isn't much else that Bernie's buying. Several sources also report that Bernie has thousands of dollars in credit card debt, so it makes sense that he isn't chartering private jets around the country. Despite having a modest net worth and a bit of debt, Bernie does his part when it comes to charity. In 2011 and 2012 he donated nearly $30,000 of his book earnings to charity. Records also show that Bernie donates about $10,000 of his own modest income every single year. Thank you for watching Nfx Lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line in the comments and let us know which videos you'd like us to make next, or if we missed out any amazing facts. We really do enjoy reading everything you have to say.